I could build a house with what's in this go bag. If you're a carpenter and you don't have this for your daily use, I think you're making a mistake. We operate primarily in finished homes, finished spaces. We're a modeling firm down here in Denver, and having a go bag is essential. We don't wear bags, we don't wear framing bags, nothing like that, where you can kind of damage interior surfaces. You know, you've got a hammer flying around, like none of that stuff. So we're not about that. And over the years, I've developed this bag into what I would call kind of an ultimate tool set, right? Like as a carpenter, call it whatever you want. I like to use the term carpenter. You know, there can be days where I'm fixing a leaky sink. There can be days where I'm installing crown molding. There can be days where you're laying down flooring, right? Like this go bag has all of my essentials. So let's get into it. Unfortunately, Milwaukee hasn't made a great bag that fits carpenters yet. Like I kind of think that they're missing the mark on that. This is a 12 inch, I think it's 12, yeah. It's a 12 inch by, we'll call it a 10. It's like call it maybe a 12 by 12, like when you factor in kind of the size here. But call it a square, 12 by 12, 12 by 10 roughly. The handle attaches on both sides, and it's got kind of an interior divider. But in general, some of the key things that I always like to have with me gonna be my safety gear, right? Like, there we go, Milwaukee, like the gloves. So, like a lot of things red, but come on, Milwaukee, get with the times. Let's get us a bag. Gloves, gotta have that. I always carry with me a pair. I try to carry, I don't see it in here, but I try to carry a pair of darks as well. We work inside so often that I find I don't need it that much, but I've got a pair of glasses in a protective cover. I like that. It just, you know, if you throw your glasses in here without a cover, they're not gonna last very long. So glasses in a case, in a cover, in there. I've got my knee pads. These ones are getting a little older, but knee pads, we've got a few random straps on there just to keep them rolling, but I like these sort of gel style knee pads. I've had those for forever. So again, those come in there. I got a small pry bar. I like this. Again, it gets into a lot of our finished carpentry stuff. Like I like a small one, almost a little bit better than a bigger one as far as like a Wonder Bar goes. Same shape, got the same nail puller options on both ends. All of that's still on there. I do carry a chalk line. I find this is very helpful. You know, we do a lot of sheet goods still. Maybe we're hanging some drywall, maybe some backer board, stuff like that. In the middle compartment, it's kind of got, like you can see, it's got like this main sort of larger divider or larger section where all that came from. And then it's got sort of this more compartmentalized center section. In there, I've got a pair of snips, metal snips. I got a pair of kind of lineman pliers. Got a good cutter, some dirt in there. Electrical pliers, you know, wire strippers, got those in there. Got kind of my bigger set of pliers, adjustable. I like these a lot. These work really well for plumbing fittings. Again, as a carpenter, you just never really know what you're gonna run into, so carry one of those. Bucket opener, paint, drywall mud, whatever. I really like these, kind of keeps your fingers intact, doesn't bust up your fingernails. Pair of needle nose. I like the flat tip version of a cat's paw, or the kind of the wide tipped or the wide flange version versus the narrow one, because you still have this on your angled end, your kind of your tighter version. But again, in interior, this one's getting a little raw, but I just find for things that this little pry bar maybe can't handle, this one works really, really well. Most commonly, what I'm using this for is prying off trim, you know, door trim, basin casing, things like that. I got two sizes of these. Drawing a blank, I don't know. Anyways, I like them. This is a little stiffer version. This is kind of a thinner version. This is like a, you know, putty knife, obviously, sorry, and then more of a scraper version. So this is a putty knife. We use this primarily fill in nail holes. Again, maybe basin casing, things like that. I use this a lot. It's like a scraper. Maybe we're getting some glue off the floor or whatever. Speed Square, Swanson, let's go. Love this guy, had it forever. You know, again, I think the key part being like this bag has just worked so well, and I've just found such a good spot for everything in it that it's just allowed me to stack everything in here that I need. I oftentimes don't carry a metal hammer. I'll carry this kind of composite hammer. It's got a rubber and then more of this kind of softer rubber and then a little bit more of a firmer kind of plastic end, sort of that finish hammer. I think this is a Vaughn 12 ounce. Yeah. So I like that for all of our interior stuff. Just a DeWalt interchangeable, you know, rattle gun. I like that. And then I carry I carry 2 sets. I've got, you know, kind of fastener set of bits and drivers inside my box there. And then I really, really like the Milwaukee version of the drill bits. And then again, they come with the ends or the tips that just slip right in there. So you only have to carry one. Obviously, you guys are well aware of that, but I've got that in there. And then in the bottom, I like to have these around, but there's just a couple, they're a little dirty, but a couple of rags. Like every now and again, you just need something to wipe up, whatever, spill something, or cleaning off something. So I keep those in the bottom. I like 2 sets of adjustable wrenches, crescent wrenches. Those are in the side. Snips, pair of snips, you know, cutting end wire, whatever. I got a little Stanley level. I like these. What I do with a lot of these is just checking for, you know, if we've got the right pitch or the right slope, all that stuff, right? Everything you use a level for. A lot of stuff that we do, we don't need a huge level. And if we do, we're taking a 4-footer. So we have some 2-foot levels, but I find that, you know, kind of the 8-inch or the 10-inch little rock and roll levels are, whoa, just perfect for what we need. Darn a blank on all my tools today. But anyways, Allen wrench, Allen key set. I used to have 2 of these. I lost the other one because it used to be 1, 2, and I lost the other one. But this is it's an SAE set, so this is a standard set. Oh, I love these. Brett got me onto these. This is awesome. This is, what is this? This is a Diamondback. So this is a Diamondback set, and it just has a clip. You can put it onto your Diamondback bags if you want. You can loop it through there. Or what I really love about it is it just clips right on your belt. So again, let's just say we're fastening or hanging some drywall or something like that. I love to just clip this onto my regular leather belt on my pants and then throw my screws in there. And at the end of the day, it just folds up real nice like that. And then I just put it right back in there. So that's come in handy a lot. And then again, that's a great alternative to wearing bags, but more often than not, you're gonna need something to hold your fasteners. And I find that to be a great way to do it. So like I say, if you need one of those, Diamondback, they make that kind of as a separate item. Milwaukee, what is this, like a 12-in-1, I think? Screwdriver, you know, it's got all the ends. I like carrying that. I also carry a small version. This is just a flat. You know, if you think of some of the technical stuff that you have to do maybe with an HVAC unit or sprinkler head, whatever, like that's a small little flat. I like that one. Chisel, this is a battle chisel. I have a nicer one, but I keep this one in here. I use this for all sorts of stuff. Wedging, prying, beating, scraping, whatever. All the things. Pens and pencils, I got a handful of those in here. The collection's getting a little strong. Probably need to clear that out. Stud Buddy. I love these. Stud Buddy. If you don't have one of these, get one of these. It's just a magnet, right? And I would say the old school version was like the stud finder with the batteries and it beeps at you. Trash. Throw those away. Stud Buddy, just a magnet. You just kind of wave it around on the wall until it sticks. And here, let's just see. There we go. Stud right there. So again, it sticks to the fastener, but really easy example there. Irwin Square, adjustable. This is fantastic for putting on door trim. I think this is set to a 1/4. Yeah, I like to set my door trim with a 1/4 reveal. And so then you just put this up there on the edge of your door frame, make a mark, and then that's where you know your trim is gonna sit. And if you wanna make your corner, you know, you do one at the top, do one on the right, make your square corner, and you know where your point's gonna be. So I like having that. I think the key aspect there is it's adjustable. I really love the adjustable part of it. Also acts as a straight edge. You can take it all the way off, all those things. Let's see, what else? Ooh, 99E. Best knife out there. Thank you, Stanley. The Stanley 99E. Don't forget it. Don't miss it. Gotta have it. This thing's fucking incredible. Like, if you don't have this, I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna judge you. If you're a true carpenter, a true tradesman, and you use, I'll take that back. There's a handful of them that I don't mind, but for what we do, a 99E, nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. I think the key aspect or the key difference is a lot of guys like the push and pull kind of razor replacement systems. What I find is those, like, you accidentally hit it and then your knife falls out or it pulls out or you're making a cut and it's just like, no, don't mess with that. 99E, the way they've got this put together with the kind of integrated 2 hitch points, it won't split the tip so it can't fall out if you're cutting something hard or you know, really reefing on it. Like, it's great. So Stanley 99E, get it. Everyone should have that one. Very strong opinion on that one. I usually try to carry 2 rolls of tape. I like black and white. You just never really know. White is easy to write on, so sometimes, you know, you gotta be careful on what you're putting it on, but just some black electrical tape. Again, I usually have black and white. I just find that's been something that I've opted to have more often than not. Nail sets. I got 3 different sizes. I'm gonna be honest. Usually I just use the middle one. It's the most worn out one. The small one is okay, but it's just so small that I find it doesn't always get the nail head. If I have to set one in trim or something, it doesn't always work that well. The medium size works really well. And I actually, to be honest, I use this larger one to remove the pins on our interior door hinges, right? I'll just take that, you know, I'll just set it under there and I'll just kind of tap like that and pop that pin out. Some people like the ones that have the like the spring-loaded one where you can just pop it or like pull it back at single action, or it's like a single tool. I don't. I really like to use my hammer on them with whatever I'm doing. So I like these ones better. Again, it's all personal preference. Paint can opener. Again, you could use your screwdriver if you want, but I mean, I like having that. Also, bottle opener. You just never know. End of the day, comes in handy. So you clip on here. I really love these. I always almost have one of these. You know, it's got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different bits. Then I've got one in here. And so I've got my Phillips in my drill right now. And then I've got a drywall tip. I got a square. And then I think I got, yeah, a 10, a 15, a 20, and a 25 star bit. So I just try to keep, what did I just say, all 7 of those. And then I can pretty much handle anything. And if you're responsible with your bits and just throw them right back into the holder when you change them out, I very rarely have to get back into this to get something that I don't have already here. And it's like I say, I love where it clips. It's just right here on the front. And these holders do wear out eventually, but for the most part, that guy's always ready to roll. So I like that. Straight blade scraper, super handy, especially if you got like some new glass that just went in and you're trying to scrape something off or keep it clean or whatever. A lot of those stickers nowadays can be tough. So got a couple extra blades and a straight razor. I also have this pocket in the back. I don't know what I got in here. Oh, I got the long versions of some of these, which I do like. I don't keep them outside because this holder doesn't work as well. They'll jiggle out. And then I got a couple bigger, yeah, mainly just extra bits. You know, kind of some bigger nails or driver sets, things like that. So, but that pocket's pretty large. It can hold a fair amount of those. So yeah, that's what I believe every great carpenter should have on them. And as you can see, I fit a lot into this little 12-inch go bag, and I can pretty much do any project I need to, just carrying this around with me from site to site.